Lils and Patrick are two local musicians from the New England area whose minimal accomplishments have left them thoroughly unqualified to judge bands and artists who have been more successful than they ever could be. And yet, their passion for bad music persists on Jukebox Zeros, the podcast that takes a retrospective look at the worst albums of all time. From The Shags to Attila, from Cyberpunk to Scream. If there's a band that has an album they're ashamed of, Lils and Patrick will be there. Share their love on Jukebox Zeros, now on the Zero Science Network, and wherever podcasts may be found.
Hi everyone, it's Pete from the Pete and Fran podcast here. So we've had a number of side projects running alongside our main podcast, and this is another one I wanted to do. I mean, we've had a sitcom that we've done a sketch show which has only just sort of wrapped up. Lots of people listen to that, thank you very much. But I wanted to do a project that was a bit more close to my heart, because a thing I really love are motivational business podcasts. So I thought we'd do one of those, but I needed to look around for someone else to do it with. Me and Fran aren't in any way, business orientated, business experts. If we get money, we just fritter it away on little shiny objects we see in shop windows. So I've been out on LinkedIn. There's some very interesting people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn. I've been on there, and I found guru Blake Gaston Sanchez. Blake sold his online cosmetics company Giggle Tits to Amazon in 2008, and that netted him a cool $600 million. Very impressive. It's quite hard to pin down what it was Giggle Tits did exactly before they were sort of swallowed by the Leviathan of Amazon. But let's get Blake on, and we'll talk to him about his life, his journey to becoming a very, very wealthy man, and the work he's done since then. He's become a motivational speaker, a YouTuber, and he'd mentioned on his LinkedIn that he was looking for someone to do a podcast with. So I thought, I'll strike while the iron's hot. And he said he admired how I'd really gone for it, and I'd been really passionate about getting him onto the podcast. So it's my absolute privilege now to welcome Blake via Skype. Hi, Blake.
Hi, Pete.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, sure. I can hear you fine.
So, yeah, your voice is never mind. We'll carry on. What part of America are you from, Blake?
All over, really. A lot of people say I sound like an amalgam of all American accents, kind of condensed into one. It can be quite hard to nail down my accent. A lot of people say it might be sort of a Napoleon Dynamite mixed with like a surf dude. But I'll do my best to speak slowly and clearly so you people in the United Kingdom can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's very nice of you, Blake. Thanks very much for that. So, firstly, could I ask you about Giggle Tits? What happened with that, how it got started, and how it led to Amazon buying you?
Well, Giggle Tits was a company I set up after caffeine shampoo really started to become a thing. People use it to wash their hair and body. And they say it makes their hair grow faster, thicker, and all that. But the moment I saw caffeine shampoo, I didn't see a hygiene product. I saw a beverage.
A beverage? What, like you drink shampoo?
Well, yeah, exactly. Because if you drink something, it goes inside of you. And that's irrefutable. But a lot of people don't realize that half of the key to being a positive person is to be clean on the inside. And so therefore I thought I need a hygiene product that cleans out my insides. And there's this shampoo that has caffeine in it, just like coffee. So I thought, I'll make a boiling cup of caffeine shampoo and just drink it. And just instantly, I was transformed. I mean, I felt dizzy, I felt a little nauseous, but ultimately I felt energized, clean, and I just instantly adopted this positive mental attitude. So I bought a load of stuff. I bought many cases of caffeine shampoo from China, and I just rebranded it as I call it Inside Wash. Was the first thing, and then after it really took off. I was selling it online from the back of my car, in the mall, out of a suitcase. People just couldn't get enough of the stuff. And I became quite wealthy, and it grew online. And then the next thing I know, Gwyneth Paltrow's on the phone, and she's saying, I gotta have some of your Inside Wash. I've gotta have some. I said, Gwyneth, we're gonna make this happen, but only if you buy 60% of the shares of my company for $10 million. And within 6 years of that happening, Amazon were on the phone. They won the whole company for over $1 billion. And I get $600 million just for putting the label on a bottle of shampoo, telling people to drink it. Now, a lot of people say I just got lucky and that people in California will buy anything if you say it's good for them. And maybe that's true. Maybe that isn't true. We just don't know. But what I do know is that all the naysayers don't have $600 million, and I do. And I drink caffeine shampoo. So who's right? Who's wrong? It's very hard to say. But if I had to be pinned down, I'd say I was right.
Well, yeah, I guess that's one way of looking at it. And yeah, you say you've got $600 million. I haven't got $600 million. Who am I to say that you're foolish for thinking the things that you think? So really, let's talk about what you're doing now. You run a self-help program called Get Rich or Die Cleaning. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Pete, as I've mentioned when I was telling you about Giggle Tits, that I believe in being positive mentally and physically. And Get Rich or Die Cleaning mainly focuses on the mental side of staying positive, because positivity is all you need to become rich. You don't need anything else, just positivity. So, Get Rich or Die Cleaning puts you in the mindset of a rich person immediately. It basically covers getting yourself to a position where you no longer have to clean anything. Because rich people don't clean things. This is something I noticed very quickly upon becoming rich and meeting other rich people. When I met Gwyneth Paltrow for the first time, she was just covered in ice cream that she'd spilt on herself. And I was, Gwyneth, did you want to hit the bathroom, clean yourself up? And she was like, oh shit, I'm covered in ice cream. What am I gonna do? She went, no problem. She went into the bathroom. She took off the top that she was wearing. She just got her personal assistant to run out to the store, bring her a new one. The old one just got thrown in the trash. I was like, you want to take that home, launder it? I mean, it looks expensive. She said, that top cost me $10,000. And I just threw it in the trash, Blake, because that's the kind of person I am. I throw things away to the dirty, because I don't want those dirty things near me. And from that moment on, we just clicked. From that moment on, we were like one mind. And from that moment on, I said, I am never going to clean anything again. I mean, sure, I'll run my balls under some warm water when they start to smell, but apart from that, I ain't cleaning shit from now on. And I want all people to think like that. Because if you're a rich person, you have people to do the cleaning for you. So you need to begin to think like a rich person and get some other motherfucker to do your cleaning for you.
Okay. where would they begin on the ladder of get rich or die cleaning?
Well, the first step really would, of course, be to listen to this podcast, but because we're going to give this away free, right?
Well, yeah, for the moment, don't really have enough listeners to start charging. Maybe we'll get some advertisers. Who knows? Maybe once I've been through your program with you, I'll have more of a business skill mindset, and I'll be able to, really start selling the podcast.
Well, you got a positive mental attitude, Pete, and that's the first step on the run. But I would recommend to both yourself and your listeners to buy my ebook, which you can find on BlakeGastonSanchez.com/guru/ebook/$400. And that $400 is because the book itself to download costs $400.
$400. Does seem like quite a lot for an ebook. Is it very long?
Well, no, it's quality over quantity. It's about 4 sides of A4 paper. It's kind of all you need, really. We're going to cover this in 6 podcasts. It's not that extensive of a program, but there's secrets on that paper that I ain't going to bring up in this podcast. Because if you want the real information that you need to become rich, then you need to spend a lot of money to get that. And I think that's a fair exchange. I'm a capitalist, you're a capitalist, Gwyneth Paltrow's a capitalist, Gordon Brown, Tony Blair, David Cameron, Nick Clegg, Theresa May.
Yeah, just listing politicians now, Blake. I think we should just move on. So, what is Get Rich or Die Cleaning all about?
Well, as I mentioned, it's a program to get you out of the mindset of a person that cleans. Because people who clean are not rich, and you want to be rich, like me. So, you begin, as all good stories do, at the beginning. So, right now, you're an average Joe. You're a person who is not rich. And that's fine, because you're listening to me. And you're about to become rich, and then we can be friends. We can hang out. We can go hang out in my pool. I mean, it's real dirty in there, but we'll both get in, it'll be fun. So, we're going to begin today at step 0, but I'll go through the steps to tell you what they are. So not many of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever step ladders begin at 0. But I like to begin at 0 because this is where you begin. If you're standing at the bottom of this ladder, you are a 0. You are nothing. You are a beetle crushed on the sole of my very expensive loafers, whatever you call them, I don't care. So, 0 is you. You clean your own house. You suck. You are a piece of garbage that you pick up and throw in the trash can yourself because you are not rich. Step 1. Step 1 is being a cleaner and getting paid for it because that is the logical next step. If you're cleaning already, why are you doing it for free? You some sort of idiot? No, you're not an idiot. You just think that you're an idiot because you haven't been told the things that you need by people like me. So, that's the next step. Be a cleaner, but get paid for it, idiot. Step 2. Step 2 is telling a paid cleaner what to do. Because part of being rich is that you get to order people around, tell them what you want, and then it'll just happen. So that'd be your next natural step. Step 3, this is when you should be getting to the point where you recognize that there are people around to clean. But you can go through most of the day without really acknowledging them. You don't, especially, never would have to look a person that cleans in the eye. I have not looked a person that cleans in the eye for almost, dear God, 11 years now. And that's a good feeling. Because I've noticed a lot of people that clean are quite ugly. And they smell. And they say things like, I think Donald Trump has a lot of good ideas. Things like that. Donald Trump does have a lot of good ideas. He's a very dear friend. But, I won't vote for the guy. The guy's a fucking idiot. So, the next step after that is step 4. And that's at the point I was at shortly before I sold my company to Amazon. I'd already made a lot of money with Gwyneth Paltrow. I'd spent a lot of time with her and her husband, who was the guy from Coldplay. And before they split up and he banged Jennifer Lawrence, before all that happened, we were just hanging out by their pool, and I realized I hadn't thought about a person that cleans or a member of domestic staff for almost like a whole week, and it had not bothered me. In fact, it had made me happy. So that's the step you want to be at step 4. I mean, you know this stuff isn't getting cleaned by magic. I mean, you know it's someone's doing it, but you don't give a shit about him. And then, after you've been in that step for a while, you get to the level I'm at, and the level I want everyone to reach, where you just straight up forget that cleaners and people, and not just cleaners, waiters, butlers, drivers, paramedics, police officers. You forget these people are real people. You forget they even exist. I mean, you may glimpse one, but they don't really register. You sort of go through life on a big cloud. And that is such a good feeling. It makes me so happy to be like that. I want everyone to be like that. I mean, frankly, if you don't want to live like that, then you're a fucking idiot.
Okay. So we're gonna focus then on how to get from steps 0 to step 1. So that's from getting to the level I'm at, which is cleaning my own house, like a big schmuck, to being someone who is paid to clean. How do you get there?
Well, yeah, rich people don't clean their houses, period. So if you're cleaning your own house, then you're not rich. I don't care if you got $1 billion in the bank. You like drop some toast with jelly on, and it lands, as it always will, on the jelly and butter side, and it sticks to the floor and makes a mess. And you stoop down, you pick it up, you throw that in the trash. You are no longer a rich person. You are now a person that cleans, because you consider yourself low enough to do the job someone else could be doing. You're no longer thinking like a creative person, like a rich person, like an entrepreneur. You're no longer, the moment you clean anything, you cease to think like a billionaire. You start to think like an idiot, like an average Joe. So, if you're at step 0, you need to get to step 1. You need to start getting paid for all the work you do, and that includes cleaning your own house. I mean, I don't have an actual practical plan or any idea how a person would be paid to clean their own house. But, in the meantime, if you're not getting paid to clean your own house, just stop fucking doing it. Because you're not going to make any money cleaning your own house. Fake it till you make it. Don't clean, because rich people don't clean. If people see you not cleaning, they'll assume that you can afford to pay someone to clean up your shit. And if your place is real dirty, you just say, "Oh, my cleaning lady is sick." Those people, just don't invite those people back. They'll never know you didn't clean up, or that you never had a cleaning lady. That's called faking it till you make it. Okay, so step 2. If you live with someone, then get them to do your cleaning for nothing, for free. The best deal you can ever make in business is one where you pay no money. I mean, that's just the most fundamental rule of business. I mean, they don't teach that at Harvard, but they should. If you can get something for free, why would you pay for it? Why would you do it yourself if someone else could do it for you? That's just common sense. Whoever's living with you, you just threaten them, bribe them, but not with money, with something else that you got for free. Just passively, aggressively gaslight them until they do it. If you have no money for a cleaning person, take out loans. Loans are free money. Same with credit cards. Is that money that you're spending coming out of your pocket? Of course it ain't. It's free money. Only a fucking idiot doesn't take out a loan. Jesus, that's an investment. An investment with somebody else's money. You're like a stockbroker. Before I came up with my caffeine shampoo idea, I apparently owed like $100,000 of free credit card money to all sorts of banks. I've never paid that back. I'm never gonna. It's free money. Another idea is to invent something that people are gonna pay for. Like, I didn't invent anything, but I invented the idea of drinking caffeine shampoo, and that made me a lot of money. So just do something like that. Just come up with an idea that is, like, really clever and innovative. Because, Bill Gates came up with a really good idea for an operating system for your computer. It makes all the wheels inside turn around to make the graphics come up on the screen for you to touch with your finger, and then make the little men dance around, make the words come out, make text messages go away. Do something like that, because Bill Gates, he's richer than I am. Bill Gates hasn't seen a member of his domestic staff for like 100 years, and that guy's immortal. He's gonna live forever. Okay, so another idea. Instead of inventing something, do something like what I did. Come up with a really good business idea. I mean, I don't have any off the top of my head. I haven't thought of a good idea in over 11 years. But, people really like flowers. I've seen people buying flowers. Why don't you open up a store that sells flowers? Because not everybody lives somewhere where you can just pick them up from fields and stuff. Not everyone has access to flowers. So if you live somewhere like that, you could order them from China or something, get them sent over on a boat, and then you could just sell them right from your store. Man, I'm giving this stuff away for free. Sometimes I scare myself with how quickly I can think up business ideas. And number 6, just if you're cleaning your house and you don't want to do it anymore, just move back in with your parents, because they'll clean. And you don't have to pay them any rent or anything either. And if they go, why haven't you left your bedroom for the last 5 days? Why do you smell so bad? And you're like, fuck off, Mom and Dad. I'm working on my business idea so I can put you in a fucking home, a good home, before you die.
Okay, thanks for those ideas, Blake. That's been quite enlightening. So you're saying if you do one or all of those things you just said, you'll be on your way up the ladder, on your way to becoming rich.
Absolutely, Pete. It's all laid out in the ebook, which, as I've said, is $400, which is about half the price of what it should be. In fact, you best buy it quick, because tomorrow I'm just going to go put it up to $800, because, I'm going to put that stuff in about opening the store that sells flowers, because I need to start. In fact, I'm giving away too many ideas for free on this podcast. You sure that people don't have to pay for it on Patreon or something?
But yeah, you're getting in on the ground floor really here, Blake. We haven't got a lot of listeners. I can't justify charging them for this.
You're thinking like a person that cleans, Pete. I'll do the other episodes, but next time I talk to you, I want to see you on the way up to the next level. Okay, I want to promise me now that you won't clean anything this week.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, I can make that promise. I mean, you don't see me in my house, do you?
Well, of course not.
Well, yeah, because I don't know if I can get away with not doing any cleaning.
Oh, okay. But did you have anything else for me, Pete?
Well, yeah, you said you've got a recording of your first meeting with a business guru who inspired you to become a business person. You said you had that recorded on a cassette from 1985. Will this offer much advice to the listeners?
Oh, yeah, sure. This is advice from a mystic business guru I found in the mountains of Nepal. That should help you complete the jump from step 0 to step 1.
Okay, well, let's listen to it then.
Oh, great master, I have traveled many miles to see you. Your financial wisdom is recognized throughout the world. Tell me your mantra so I can live a wealthy life.
My child, you have shown great courage, and your dedication will be rewarded with great wealth. come closer. You must remember these sacred words. Om, shala quack quack, la 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 la, walla walla ooh la la, Amanda hole and Abu shala
What does that mean?
It means keep calm and carry on.
Is that it?
Yes, my child.
I don't mean to be rude, but keep calm and carry on. It's hardly profound financial advice.
I could put it on a tea towel if you want.
Really?
Om shala ooh la la.
What does that mean?
That means it will be 5 pence for the carrier bag.
Oh, for God's sake. I've traveled thousands of miles to see you, and I spent 10 large on this trip.
You should have gone to Alton Towers.
I don't even know what Alton Towers is. I'm not gonna get rich at Alton Towers.
No, my child. But at least you could go on a roller coaster.
What? This is my year off I'm wasting here.
Ah, you're a student.
Yeah?
Here is my get-rich-quick mantra for students. Listen carefully. Om shalalala kazam izi wizi chandarum.
What does that mean?
Never mix vodka shots with special brew.
I've had enough of this. I'm gonna report you to the financial Buddha.
You can speak to the financial Buddha through me, my child. I will summon him up. Om. Oh, he is here. He is saying something.
Awesome! Is he telling me how to get rich?
Shalawala. Abu supercalifragilistic open sesame.
What does that mean?
It means, please hold. Your call is important to us.
This is bullshit! You're not a proper guru.
I am, my child. I will tell you my mantra in plain English. Now come close and shut your eyes. If you want to make lots of money, you must carry out the following actions.
Hey, what are you doing? You just took my phone and my wallet while my eyes were shut.
I was showing you how to get rich quick.
Oh, that's deep. Well, yeah, I certainly feel like that's taught me a lot about myself there, Blake. Thanks for that. Are there a lot of business gurus in the mountains of Nepal?
Oh, sure. You can't even take a piss in an alleyway without your piss hitting a business guru like right in the face. Hot urine all over him.
Well, thanks. I'll take that on board. Thanks, Blake. So we'll have you back next week for step 1 to step 2. And yeah, goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for having me on the podcast. Bye.
Bye, Blake. Thanks for listening, everyone. There's going to be 5 more episodes in this series, so please like and subscribe. And don't forget to listen to our main podcast, the Pete and Fran podcast. That's all we got time for on Get Rich or Die Cleaning this week. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. Get Rich or Die Cleaning was an improvised comedy show produced and performed by Pete Landhout, except for the Guru sketch, which was written by Robert Mills. Music and sound effects were provided by Invato Elements.